What's up, y'all? Entropy here. Welcome back to Old Dominion Dynasty. We are ranked number 25 in the country. Finally, we've been striving for it all year. Finally are getting the national recognition that I feel like we deserve. And we got a 3-6 Duke team that we're playing on the road here this week. Before we get into that, though, there is some recruiting stuff that we need to handle. I have 1,800 points to deal with because we had... At the end of last episode, we had some commits and some guys commit elsewhere as well, so there's a ton of points at my disposal right now, but I need to show you guys what I'm doing with that real quick. So basically, I'm just going to be putting the points into guys, some of those guys that I added to the board recently. So Donnie Thorne, the running back, is going to be one of them. We're still trying to revamp our running back room a little bit. We have two really nice pieces in Livingston and Monroe that'll be here for the long haul, but Watson's about to graduate. I think the guy behind Watson is also set to graduate, so we have room to improve our running back room, so he's going to be a guy we put points into. The other's Reggie Prater, the center. It's not a huge need for us, but I think we're going to need one here in the near-ish future, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we only have two centers on the roster, and one's going to graduate after next season, so getting another piece for that room would not be a bad idea, so Reggie Prater will be a guy we go after. And then the third one is we lost Matt Young to Virginia at the end of last episode, a guy we've been going after, one of our top priorities really, but chose to go to our rival instead, which really sucks. But Caleb Smith is a guy we added to the board as well, and he will be the last guy that we put 600 points into, so brings us up to 6,000. We're all set there, so that's your recruiting update this week. Interestingly, we're actually number 24 in the CFP poll, so the one that matters for the playoff. Obviously, our playoff hopes are pretty much dashed, especially with 4 undefeated teams up here, with Alabama, Auburn, Ohio State, and how about Troy? The Troy Trojans out of the Sun Belt representing. How about that? I hope they make it. That would be awesome, even though, again, we don't... If we're not in the playoff, I'm not going to go through the trouble of actually, like, doing the whole playoff thing, because there's a whole roundabout way you got to do to make it work in this game. So I'm not going to do it. So Troy would have to reach number 2 to really have a shot at the Natty, but super cool that they're there. And it looks like Miami actually lost a game as well, so that's kind of interesting, because I think if we want to make the ACC championship game, I think they have to lose their next 2 and we have to win our next 2, because they have the head-to-head tiebreaker over us, obviously. So don't know what the odds of that happening are. Oh wait, never mind. They're 6-0 in conference. I'm stupid. I just saw that. So they're yeah, they've only got 2 games left as well. Just like, wait, no, they're only 7-1. What? All right, this isn't making any sense to me. But all I know is if we end up tied with them in terms of our conference record, they're going to go to the ACC championship game over us because they have the tiebreaker. So I don't know why they're only 7-1 when we're 8-2, but whatever. Maybe they just had a lot of bye weeks early in the season. I don't know. But we're getting into the game against Duke. Let's see what they got going on in terms of their schedule. They lost to Army, at Army as well. I will never knock a team for losing to a service academy. That's always a tough matchup. Lost to Northwestern, beat Tulane, got killed by Syracuse, beat Wake Forest, beat Virginia Tech, barely lost to Miami by 7. Got killed by Georgia Tech and lost by 2 scores to Virginia. So they've had a bit of a rough season. Hopefully we can add another loss to that record. Ooh, those helmets look beautiful. The kind of like the sort of looks for. It's not sparkly. Gosh, I'm not good with art stuff, but I like the finish on the helmet. It looks great in this game. Oh, there you go. There are the coastal standings we were looking at. So Miami 6-0 in conference. We're 5-2, so I think they may have 3 conference games left. Maybe. I'm not sure. I should look at their schedule because I'm really confused what their record is. But if we win out, I think we may have to pretty much win out to hope to make the conference championship. And here we are at Wallace Wade Stadium, where the Duke Blue Devils are playing host to the Old Dominion Monarchs. A battle of blue teams today. Hopefully we will prove to be superior. Let's go. If you guys remember last season, as soon as we were ranked, we immediately lost. So hopefully we can not have history repeat itself in this game. As our quarterback looks over to the left side, the running back slips a tackle. Jordan Waters, I believe that was Anton Stewart that missed the tackle, and he managed 3. Speed option play with the quarterback. Pitch out to Waters. Charity comes over and does bring him down. It'll be 3rd and 5. Screen over to the right side. Waters, it slips the tackle. Alex Solano had hit him as he jumped up to catch it, and somehow he still came down and was able to keep running. Gosh dang it. A little triple option look, it would appear, and it's a pitch left to Trent Davis. Got hit. Damian Charity came down for that play. Wow, look, he came all the way from up there in his safety position to make the big hit. This dude is so good at safety. I'm so glad we moved him there. Appears to be another triple option. Anton Stewart couldn't make the play, and the pitch gets out there to the running back. Lavarian James also can't wrap up. Charity comes over and makes a tackle. And it appears Duke is a bit of an option team, and that, don't like that. What on earth was that? What a play. And it's completed to Cole Finney. It was like an RPO jet sweep. And it worked pretty well. It's going to be 3rd and short. Over the middle, I was there, but I overran the route. Ali makes a big hit on Marquise White, but it's another 1st down for Duke. Hand off up the middle to Waters, and it is an easy run for him. That's 12 and another 1st down. Moore drops back, looking over to the right side. Ostrander, I thought, might have been able to make a play on the ball, but he does wrap Finney up. It's an option play, and there's no one to the left. Jordan Moore could have walked in if he wanted to. And Duke gets on the board first here. Really disappointing drive from the defense. I mean, we had a couple chances to stop them, like on 3rd downs, and we didn't do it. But a lot of missed tackles, poor coverage. Ugh, just not a good drive. David Monroe will get us started, and he hits the seam hard, and that's a 13-yard carry on his first, or for 13-yard rush on his first carry. Monroe gets the carry again, and another nice run, gets 6. Let's get Rob Jones going early in this game, give him a little taste of their own medicine. This time they stay home on him, and Livingston gets the carry in the game already, so I guess Monroe's tired, or God, I hope he didn't get hurt. That would suck. Monroe back in the game now, just needed a little breather, and he gets 5. Jones back in the game now at option. Oh no, they were ready for it, but Jones with a nice cut was able to kind of get past that corner. That corner was right in there, and he was able to somehow get free. Livingston his 2nd carry, a nice move, and he cuts it upfield and gets 8. Duke is not loading the box up at all. They've only got 5 in the box on pretty much every play. Play action, see if we can catch them off guard. Weirdly enough, they look like they're ready for it, and Wolf's just going to have to throw it away. 3rd and 2, Jones in the game. It's a handoff to Monroe, and he gets the 1st down. We're out past Duke's 15, and we are driving very well. Haven't called a jet sweep in a while. Let's try one here. This will go to Bly, and he cuts it upfield. Does a good job fighting and gets 4. Started the 2nd quarter already. That 1st quarter went crazy fast, but that's what happens when you have 2 teams that like to run the ball. As Monroe gets a seam here, trying to fight in, and he gets brought down at about the 1, but we are right there on the doorstep. They look like they really are loading up to try and stop the run on the goal line here. We're going to hand it to Monroe anyway, and they do keep him out somehow. I mean, that ball must have, like, barely been short of the goal line. He was right there. Come on, O-line, come through for us. Monroe, touchdown, Monarchs. We are on the board. We are about to tie it up. Huge drive by the offense. Hopefully the defense can kind of get going a little better, but the fact that Duke runs so much option stuff is worrisome to me, to say the least, as Paris knocks it through to officially make it a 7-7 game here early in the 2nd quarter. Moore wants to take off. He's got nowhere to go. Alonzo Ford Jr. gets through the line and brings him down for a sack. Huge play. Great start to the drive. Hand off to Waters. Ostrander does a good job chasing him down from behind. It'll bring up 3rd and 10. Over the middle, he's got his receiver. Jontavis Robertson is short. It's 4th and inches. I can't believe. Oh, and they're not gonna go for it. That is huge. What a stop! I wasn't even sure who the defender was that made the tackle there. It looked like there were 2 of them, but wow, that is massive, massive to keep him short of the line to gain. And I can't believe they actually just decided to punt it back to us. Jordan Blythe slips a tackle. Stiff arms another man. Oh my gosh, what a return. They look like they're loading the box up more to try and stop a run. Let's see if they can. No, they can't. Great blocking, and Monroe found a hole beautifully and gets very close to the 1st down line. Play action here. Probably could have thrown it to Alexander, but instead we are going to throw it away. 3rd and inches. Gotta have it. Monroe does have it. Some great blocking and a seam. Oh my gosh, that nearly was a touchdown. That last guy back was able to get him, but that's a beautiful rush by David Monroe. Take Livingston this time. Oh, wow. That D tackle just shed 2 blocks at the same time, and we lose 2 on the play. Wolf back in the game now. Over the middle, he's got Jennings, and it's knocked out by the defender, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 12. Dang it. Wolf drops back, looking deep over the middle. Alexander's got it! And what a catch, and he's still on his feet. No, he's down now. Oh, my gosh. But what a dime by Wolf to drop it in over the defender, and Alexander hangs on through the contact and nearly got up and ran it in. Jeez, oh Pete. Monroe carry, juke move, fighting. Oh my gosh, he nearly got in. What a run by Monroe. The box is loaded, but I say we give it to him again, and there it is. Touchdown! David Monroe, his 2nd on the day. And we are on top of Duke now with exactly 2 minutes left in this 1st half. Huge stop by the defense leads to a scoring drive by the offense. And we get the ball to start the 2nd half, so if we can keep Duke off the board the rest of this half, we'll be in very good shape. Duke comes out passing, probably smartly so. Moore wants to take off and run, but he's brought down. Alonzo Ford Jr. got to him first, but I believe John Stewart was the one that would get credited with the sack. And Duke calls their first time out of the half after that loss of 5. Moore drops back, looking over to the right side. He's got Waters, the running back, who is fighting Ostrander off. Charity comes over to finish that play, and it's a gain of 4. 3rd and 11. They're not calling their timeout, so they may be betting on maybe not getting this 1st down here. Letting the clock run all the way down here. I assume they're just playing it safe, and there's a sack! Alonzo Ford Jr. gets home. We're going to call timeout now, and with a minute left on the clock, we have a chance to get more points. Coming out aggressive here. Wolf looking over the middle. Alexander's wide open. There it is. And the defenders kind of converge on him to bring him down. We're going to call no huddle here. Oh boy. Flushed out of the pocket is Wolf, and he's going to just take it himself. Fumbled the ball. Fortunately, it went out of bounds. Yeah, rushing with him is never really a good idea. It's only something I do out of necessity, but definitely should have gotten out of bounds there. With 2 timeouts in our hands, we can kind of afford to run the ball a little bit if we want to. I'm going to try it here. We're going to hand it off to Monroe. They were kind of ready for that, and unfortunately, we didn't get the 1st down, so the clock won't stop, so we're going to call a timeout. Okay, we're going to do another run play to try and get the 1st down, and then if we get it, we're going to call no huddle and audible to a pass play of some kind, as there is beautiful blocking. Monroe's got the 1st down easy. 7 yards, gets down near Duke's 10, and time's ticking away. Oh, I wanted Monroe on the Texas route. I was hit as I threw it. Coverage was pretty good on that play, too. It may not have been completed anyway. I really hate throwing in the red zone. The windows are just so insanely tight. As Livingston breaks free over the middle, fighting touchdown, Monarchs! John Livingston, some beautiful improvisation there. He just ran a swing pass, and then when Wolf started scrambling that way, he took off downfield. Wolf on the run was able to hit him in stride. A beautiful play by the quarterback, and we're up 2 scores after Livingston was able to power his way into the end zone. I love having 2 great running backs on this team. Really, we have 3, because Blake Watson's a good running back too. He's no slouch, even though the other 2 get more playing time because of their speed. I really don't know what to expect here from Duke in terms of how aggressive they are. They are going to come out passing, so they want to try and get points. Moore's going to take off and run. Solano can't wrap up. John Stewart can. And Duke calls a timeout. They're going to try and get some points here. Moore drops back looking, has all day to throw over to the right side. Solano nearly had a pick, but knocks it down. A nice play by the linebacker in coverage. They're down. Moore over the middle. He's got his receiver, Malik Bowen Sims. Only 4 seconds on the clock here. I have to imagine they're not calling their timeout, but I have to imagine that they're thinking about it, or they just gonna not snap it here. Nope, they're not snapping it. They're just, after all that, they're just gonna go into the half, despite all the effort they put in. Up 21-7 at the half. Feels good for sure. We're getting the ball to start second half as well, so that will hopefully only help us if the offense can score again. But this Duke team's 3-6, but they're better than their record shows. That option offense they were beating us with earlier, seemed like when they started trying to air it out, it actually hurt them a little bit. So I'm wondering if they're going to try and go back to their ground game in the second half. Monroe will get us started on this drive, and there's some great blocking upfield. My gosh, I mean, Monroe's having a nice day on the ground, but how about our O-line, huh? They are just dominating on the ground game. Oh, that corner came off, but Monroe shakes it up and puts a move on the next defender. Oh my gosh, what a run by Monroe. That should have been like a 2 or 3 yard loss, but he shook off the first defender, and then, oh, the juke move on the safety that came down. What a run. 2nd and 10, Wolf drops back. I want Marshall over the middle. That's not Marshall, that's Ali Jennings, but he's got the catch anyway. I don't know why I thought John Marshall was on the left side there, but a nice throw by Wolf and a nice catch by Jennings for the first down. They have no linebackers on the field right now. If the O-line could just take care of the D-line, we'll be all right. And the guy actually kind of rotated over to take that spot, but Monroe gets 7 anyway. They take the running back on the option. Jones cuts it upfield, and that is a nice run by the quarterback. Play action. I could have thrown it over the middle to Bly. Instead, we flip it over to Watson, which is a slightly safer throw, and he gets 8 yards. I keep trying play action because I keep thinking it's going to fool them because we've been running the ball so much, but they seem to more or less be ready for it. Although that time John Marshall gets free for a 10-yard completion, and we're down to about their 5. This time Jones gets the carry, powering his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Monarchs. Rob Jones, the freshman quarterback, using that strength of his to get into the end zone through the defender. And that is going to put us up 28-7, a 3-score lead for the Monarchs here, well into the second half. Duke looked like they wanted to go back to the option. Instead, it's a pass play over to Davis, and James Ostrander closes that gap real quick. It's a play action over the middle, and Robertson's got it. A nice play by the Duke offense, and John Davis Robertson's got a first down for him. The Jets sweep to Robertson this time, and a hole opens up. Ali nearly missed him completely, which would have been a huge touchdown, but it's a 21-yard gain on the Jet sweep. Moore drops back to pass looking, wants to run, and he's taking off. John Stewart can't bring him down, and Alex Solano, and it looks like Ali come in to make the play there. Jordan Moore with a carry for 9 and a first down. Gosh dang it, we got to wrap up better than that. Little speed option look, Anton Stewart can't wrap up. Oh my gosh, there he goes. Cruz took himself out of the play. Ali can't bring him down, and Jordan Moore with a touchdown. Gosh dang it, guys. I was just saying we got to wrap up better than that. I mean, especially with considering that's their quarterback as well. Like, it's not a running back. Like, you got to imagine that you can, like, take care of business and bring him down better than that. But gosh dang, we did not do it on that drive. Maybe that's a little rich coming from a guy who currently has Rob Jones on his team, but whatever. Monroe gets the carry here and a nice run. My gosh, the blocking is just so good, and that's an 8-yard carry. Keeper for Rob Jones, and he's got to see. There he goes, Rob Jones, downfield. Got from behind by a couple of Blue Devils, but a 30-yard rush by Rob Jones on the option. That's exactly what we needed on a drive like this. Feel like we can count on him for a big play every game. After the big rush by Rob Jones, we are now in their territory, and David Monroe, what a run Getting close to the first down line again. Our ground game has just been too much for them in this game. See if we've lulled them to sleep a little bit with the ground game. Oh, it's an easy completion. It's Justin Alexander. What a route. And there's a flag on the play. I feel like this is going to be on us somehow. It is a holding penalty on David Monroe. Oh my gosh, dude. Come on. I'm not sure how exactly they determine yardages because it's now 2nd and 10 when it should definitely be 1st and 20. Maybe it was a spot. Maybe they treat it as a spot foul in this game or something. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. David Monroe gets the first down on that carry. Jones on the keeper. Cuts behind the blocker. Gets the first down. Yes, he does. Barely, but he did get it. This time, Rob Jones on the play action, and weirdly enough, they were prepared for it. That receiver on the left stepped out of bounds. He was the one I wanted to throw to. Oh my gosh, Rob Jones! How did he score that? I was expecting him to just go down, but oh my god, he scored. What a ridiculous run by the quarterback. Just breaking tackles on his way to the end zone. I say it every frickin' week at this point, but I cannot believe how good this guy is. Just unreal as Miami takes down Virginia Tech only by 7. Could have used some help from our rival, but that might solidify us being out of the conference championship race, actually, but I'm not really sure. Duke is now down 3 scores, and they are trying to make something happen. Jordan Moore brought down for a loss of 5 by Amari Morrison, who got the sack. Moore looking over to the left side. He's got his receiver, the tight end, but Josh Cruz wraps him up beautifully. A name we haven't heard much from today, Josh Cruz. Kind of a quiet day in the secondary for him. Moore dropping back, looking, scrambling, going down! Dave Harris with the sack, a loss of 8 for Duke, and are they just going to throw in the towel at this point and punt it away? They are. Only going to need to run a couple of plays here on this drive, but we're going to bring Rob Jones in for some fun option looks, and we're going to start with a triple option potential pitch to Jordan Bly. Oh, that was stupid. The guy came down with 100% intention of hitting Jordan Bly before he got the ball, and I don't know if I didn't see him or ignored him, but regardless, it's a fumble, and Duke's got the ball now. I don't know why I even bothered with the triple option play. I freaking love running the triple option, but for some reason on this channel specifically, as Jordan Moore is sacked again by Amari Morrison, on this channel specifically, every time I try to run a triple option play, it just doesn't seem to go well. If any of you watched my Eastern Michigan Dynasty, we had the one play where I think it was against Penn State, where I did the triple option, and the guy intercepted it and returned it for a touchdown. And, like, I was like, oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. So, yeah, I figured I'd try it. I thought it'd be fun to give Jordan Bly a pitch, but, regardless, it didn't work. 3rd and forever for Moore. He throws it to the right side. Sean Thomas should have had an interception, but instead just knocked it down, and now they're gonna punt it away. Say it with me, everybody. The best formation is victory formation. Hayden Wolf taking the final kneel down of the game as the last couple of seconds tick off the clock, and that is officially now going to do it. Old Dominion wins 35-14 on the road against Duke. We will presumably stay ranked for consecutive weeks for the first time, which is awesome. And, yeah, just a great performance all around, really. That first drive by Duke scared me, but weirdly enough, they kind of quit doing the option stuff after that, which only benefited us because we were struggling to stop it. And the D-line, we'll see on the final stat sheet, but, I mean, I think the D-line deserves a ton of credit for the pressure they were putting on Moore all day. He was not comfortable back there, especially late in the game when we were really trying to put him away. I mean, the defensive line came up with so many big plays. Just great performance all around by so many guys, including this run by Rob Jones, which, I mean, I gotta see this again. Kind of shook off Jordan Bly first, then shook off the tackle, and then got in the end zone. Just insane. Hayden Wolf, a decent, if not nondescript, day through the air. 7 for 11 for 107 and a touchdown. No picks, no sacks, so really didn't do anything wrong in this game. but just wasn't his best day through the air. It did have some great passes though. It's not like we didn't. It's not like we threw the ball 50 times or something. Like we only attempted 11 passes, and he had some great throws in this game. One of the ones that sticks out is that deep ball to Justin Alexander for like 30 something yards, 33 yards I think it was. Just a great throw to drop it over the defender. So not a great stat line, but I'm not going to sit here and act like Hayden Wolf didn't have a good game. David Monroe, maybe the guy that we were after the hardest in this past recruiting cycle. Especially for like the entirety of the recruiting cycle. We were on David Monroe really early in the cycle. It just had to get him. And this is the kind of performance that I foresaw when I was going after him that much. 20 carries for 153 yards and 2 touchdowns. Just unbelievable showing. The O-line today was also just awesome. I mean, they were shutting off so many Duke defenders on every play, and Monroe was just... I mean, it's not like Monroe didn't do anything on his own because he had a lot of nice moves and breaking tackles and stuff, but just an insane performance. Rob Jones as well, 8 for 74 and 2 touchdowns. Is just awesome. The only guy on our team with a carry longer than 20 yards as well, of course, with his 30-yarder on one of our last couple of drives. The fumble was, I mean, it's not really a fumble. It is a fumble, but, like, it's not a fumble I hold against him because he didn't drop it. I pitched it stupidly, so not going to hold that against him. John Livingston did all right in his spelling. He had 3 for 17. Jordan Bly had the 1 jet sweep for 4 yards, and Hayden Wolf had a 7-yard carry and 3 kneel downs, and of course had the fumble that went out of bounds. Justin Alexander, leading receiver on the day, 3 for 65, a nice day. Ali Jennings, 1 for 13. John Livingston, 1 for 11, and of course that touchdown. John Marshall, 1 for 10, and Blake Watson, 1 for 8, getting involved in the passing game a little bit. Alex Slotto and Damian Charity leading the way in tackles with 5 each. James Ostrander just behind them with 4. I did feel like we called Charity's name a lot early in the game in particular. A whole lot of TFLs. 2 for Amari Morrison, 2 for Lonzo Ford Jr., 1 for John Stewart, 1 for Alex Solano, 1 for Dave Harris. And all those TFLs were sacks aside from Alex Solano's as well. So we had 6 sacks on the day, 5 of them by defensive linemen. Just incredible performance. John Stewart getting one of his own as well. And I believe on that one as well, Alonzo Ford had initially kind of spun the quarterback around, and then Stewart kind of came in and got him on the ground, so he got credit for it. But just insane pressure all day by the defense. Did not turn Duke over at all, but we did have a couple of pass deflections, Sean Thomas and Alex Solano each with 1. So, yeah, great day from the defense. Only gave up 14 points, which is nice. And, yeah, especially from the D-line. I mean, my word, 6 sacks is nuts. Monarchs improved to 9-2. Duke is unhappy with their poor showing against Old Dominion. I mean, it definitely wasn't a great day for their defense. I feel like our offense kind of had our way with them, frankly. Just whatever we wanted to do seemed to kind of work. Although I did have to throw the ball away with Wolf quite a few times, so their secondary was good early in the game. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't a great showing from Duke. I mean, they were 3-6 going into the game. Now 3-7 team. They're not having a great season, so it's not exactly like the most surprising thing in the world, but I'm sure they're a little disappointed. Next week, it's the regular season finale against our arch rival, Virginia. This will be the first time we have played them in this series, I believe. We've been playing Virginia Tech. I always put them on the schedule because Old Dominion famously, however many years ago now, beat Virginia Tech that one year, and I think they've beaten them once since as well, so that's just kind of been a rivalry that's more like at the forefront of people's minds, I guess, at least forefront of my mind recently. But Virginia is also a rival of ours, so we're ending the season against them, so that's a big deal. So hopefully we can take them down, but we'll see. We'll sim on ahead and see if we got any recruiting news, of course. Oh no, Peter Williams, that wide receiver we've been going after, locked us out. Oh no, do we have I can't remember if we have a break the lock thing. We may have to use it. He's supposed to visit this week too. We gotta take advantage of that. It doesn't look like anyone else locked us out except Richard Fisher, who we haven't really been going after. We do have a break the lock for Peter Williams, and I was correct. He is scheduled to visit this week as well. It looks like we were just pushed out. NC State's got a massive lead for him now, but we are going to absolutely open the door on Peter Williams. He's too good of a prospect to just let walk like that. I kind of haven't looked at our D coordinator. I remember looking preseason that our coordinators had left for previous job, but we've got some incredible coordinators here with high levels. And Peter Sermon is the one that we've got here. I'm torn between helping with pass rush and helping with man coverage, because I feel like both could really use a bit of a boost. Although our D-line has been pretty... They were good in this game, and I feel like in general they've been performing pretty well this year. Let's get the man coverage. I feel like we get beat through the air a lot, so let's try and upgrade that a bit and see if we can help it. Alright, and that is going to do it for us this week. Up to 23 in the nation with our 9-2 record, and we've got... Virginia's only 4-6, but I'm not letting that get me filled with overconfidence or anything. They're still our rival, and we gotta come ready to play them for sure. But that's gonna do it for us this week. Thank all y'all for watching. Love and appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you guys in my next episode. Later, y'all.